God's gift through His word. It's God's gift through His word. It's God's gift through His word. It's God's gift through His word.
All right. Hello. Hey, everyone. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are having a great day because I am. I'm having a good day. So I wanted to get on here because I haven't been on in just a few days, but that's okay because I need to talk about this right here. And it's kind of a glare. I'm trying to sit by my window and not have a glare, but I have a glare anyway, so it's fine. Anyway, the book, The Gift of Finding God's Love, Guilt is Shame, Turned into My Shine. The audiobook is available. And of course, you guys know that. So, with that being said, it's the book signing time. Yes, it is. It's book signing time when it's going to be this Sunday. Look, check it out in the comments. Check it out. Check it out at the bottom. So I'm going to be there because the gift of finding God's love, guilt and shame turned into my shine out now. So I will be there at the book signing from 10 to 2 at the Barnes and Nobles in Peoria, Arizona. So if you do not know, I want you to also check out over at the right up there. I want you to check over that audiobook and you can get your very own audiobook copy. And if you come out to the Barnes and Noble, you can get your own signed copy of a physical book. Now, for me, I didn't know all my books were kind of gone because they need to be printed again. So whatever I have with me is kind of what I have, and I'll have to get more because I'm waiting for them to, of course, get more printed, more made, which is a good problem to have, I guess. But not a good problem when I need to take a whole bunch with me to a book signing. But I have enough. I have enough for a certain amount of people. So make sure that you come so that you get your book. So definitely want to be there early so you could get your book. And of course, you guys know I'm giving out something and it's going to go along with the book. So it's going to be a bookmark that goes with this, a beautiful little trinket. So I hope you're going to come out so you could get your own bookmark. And I have a whole bunch that I still have to finish making. So you might be having a little bit of craft time, but I have a whole bunch that I've made already. And I am going to be enjoying that. So if you haven't heard of the book signing and maybe you've been underneath a rock somewhere, you don't know what I'm talking about, you've never heard of it until now, there is a book signing that I'm going to be doing. It will be April 6th, this Sunday, at the Barnes & Noble in Peoria, Arizona. So I hope you'll come out. I hope that you will bring friends, family, whoever you want to bring. Come out. Let's take pictures. Grab your book. Grab your nice little bookmark. And of course, I will also have a couple of these business cards that have my podcast on it. I get it real close. God's Gift to His Word podcast, so you could check that out as well. And so that's on 2 different podcasts. There's 2 different YouTube channels. One was totally, I don't know why I made the other one, but it's there. So if you have not checked it out, there's God's Gift to His Word podcast, and there's God's Gift to His Word number 2. Number 2, that's out because I had to do something to adjust it. So there are 2 of them, but the regular podcast itself is on Spotify, all the other podcast platforms. I don't run them all up because I will probably miss some, but any podcast platform that you like to listen to, the podcast is there. You can check it out. You can even call Alexa to let you hear the latest because Alexa can do that for you. So tell Alexa to pull up the latest of God's Gift through His Word. I need to hear what's going on. So check it out. And of course, independent artists are coming back. So I will have some new ones for you coming up very, very soon. So stay tuned for that. And I want to sit and talk also about the Supermom. So if you didn't hear about that as well, I'm still in that competition. So if you would like to cast your vote, April 7th, it opens up. You could cast your vote there. I don't know how many times you could cast it, a lot of times. And then I will continue to do that. And the last thing I wanted to share that's brand spanking new is the Superstar Youth Business Fair. Okay. So if you're in Arizona, and I'm going to be more specific, if you're in Maricopa or somewhere where you want to participate in this, first of all, I need some volunteers to help me because this is the number one. And when you first do your first one, it's kind of not all together. So it's going to be that kind of party, but I'm going to do it anyway because I'm going to faith with this whole thing. So if you have children ages from 10 to 17, definitely bring them out. And if they have a little business, and it doesn't have to be a business that they already have going, this is just to give children and youth, teenagers, any of them, just the experience in what it is to sell, what it is to do anything. So if they crochet, if they paint, if they sketch, if they do anything that they make, whatever it is, let them come out, get their tent, come and set up. We're going to be at the Pecana Park. It'll be May 17th. It'll be from 7:30 to 4:30. So there'll be some time for like setting up and time for breakdown. So that's just a big window. And I'll need some volunteers. And of course, parents, please, if you want your child to participate, please send your information and let me know about who they are, your child, and what the name of their little business that they want to put up. And it's okay. You could be there. You just can't promote for them. You can't do it for them. You can't sell for them. They have to do it themselves. But I definitely don't mind you come out and encourage and support and tell other people in the community, especially from Maricopa, Arizona. If you know anybody in Maricopa that would want to participate in doing this, please come out. And I'm always looking for volunteers that want to help and kind of guide people to where we're at, or tell people some information about what children can participate and if they want to participate, and how to help. And sponsors will be a great thing, but we'll see how it goes. This is free event for kids to participate in. And so I'm not charging this for them to set up I'm not going to do that. I know there's something that's supposed to be following for them to be charged a fee, but I just want it to be free for the community to participate in. And if it goes well and we do it again, then maybe we could talk about some booth fees and all that. But right now, since it's brand new, and it's brand new to me anyway, it may have been done out here before. I saw one that was up for Maricopa before, but I don't think it went through. So I don't know. I'm going to try my hand at it because maybe something happened. I have no idea, but I'm going to do my best to push this through, push it forward. And I'm hoping if you want to volunteer, please reach out to me. I'm going to put my email down here so you can reach out to me and send your information if you would like to volunteer. I definitely going to need some help for sure. And I'm doing all the things that I can. So if you want to participate in bringing kids or getting kids to know what it is to do that and get them in the mindset of entrepreneurship and just getting into thinking about business, thinking what they could do, thinking about an extra income, a side hustle, all those things, please bring them out. I hope that you will, because this is for the youth of Maricopa. This is for all those. And if there's other youth that want to come, I'm happy to have them, but it's definitely for people in Maricopa that live here. So if you have children in any of the schools, any of the programs, homeschools, micro schools, whatever, private day schools, public schools, any of the schools, and you want them to participate as to learn about this and kind of get that experience underneath their belt. So you're like, that sounds like something I might want to pursue, or no, not really feeling that. Or maybe they want to help other people and they just want to be there in support of their friend or whatever that is. I hope that you will come out, because I do want this to be something for the community so that we can come together for our children, all the youth that are here, and help them and support them in that. So this is my thing I'm trying to do. I'm really doing my best to put my foot out there and get involved more so in the community. So if you have children that you would want to participate from 10 to 2, not all the time, but 10 to 17, I said 10 to 2. I'm thinking about the book signing. I'm ready for this, right? The book signing is for 10 to 2. I'm ready. Like 10 to 2, what kind of backwards age? A 10-year-old to 2-year-old? No, that's just a time for the book signing. Just remember, it's 10 to 2 for the book signing. I guess my mind said it wasn't done talking about that. So 10 to 2, you guys know your girl here. Sometimes she goes off and speaking about other things. Like, I thought she was talking about youth from 10 to 17. How'd she go from 10 to 2? That's a little backwards. I apologize. That was my misspeaking. So sometimes you got to laugh at yourself. If you don't, what are you going to do? So anyway, 10 to 2 is the book signing, but ages 10 to 17 can absolutely sign up to go ahead and want to do that. So parents, please do send the information for your kiddos that you would like to. And if you have, I'm looking for at least 20 people that want to sign up to do that. If we have more, that'd be great. That would be super great. But I'm just going to start for 20 for now. If you have anyone, and if there's any businesses that feel like they would like to sponsor something like this, I'm open to that too. So I just want to share this because once again, this is my first time, my first rodeo, but it's okay. I just want to share that with you guys. So you got the Supermom going on. I got the book signing coming up this Sunday. I got of course, May 17th will be the Superstar Youth Business Fair. So let me see if I can't find it, but I'm going to put some stuff up. I'm going to send some more digital flyers out because I have one that I've been putting out, and I'm going to put out some more digital flyers so you guys can send it around and help other people to know. So if you have kids in church as well that want to participate, it's not just to certain people, it's all children in Maricopa, wherever they're at, and they want to come out and they want to participate, they're more than welcome to do so. So hopefully I can get 21st and see how many spaces that we have, because we definitely want to have a little bit of variety of different things. If you're going to crochet, you can only have 3 of certain types of businesses, so we can't have all crochet. So, and there's not going to be any food or generators or anything of that nature. So if you have that, that'll probably have to wait to some other time, somewhere down the line. But if you sell little books, you sell drawings, you crochet, you do whatever it is that you do, whatever craft it is, I'm encouraging you to bring your kids out so that they can be a part of it. And please send your information with their first and last name and the name of their business. And then, yeah, it's just going to need some other things. And I'll give you more details as I can share that with you in an email for what you need, what the parameters are. And of course, we're going to be at Pecana Park. And of course, I will give you all the details for that. So with that, I think I have covered everything because it's getting close to time. And I mean time like by the day, right? Because it's going to be this Sunday. So we're already going to be almost done with this week. And I can't even believe it. And I wanted to share something because I went and shared it on Instagram because I could share it over and have everything tied, but for some reason I didn't. So anyway, I was just sharing it over here with you guys because share it over there. If you follow me there, you follow me here, you probably already heard it. But if you didn't and you're not part of the Instagram crew, then I will share this here with you. This morning I had a conversation with a woman, and she was asking me about my book, and she's like, I want to get out a book too. She's like, but man, I write and then I start, I stop, I start, I stop. And I had to explain to her, this book did not just happen. And I showed it to her. I was like, this book, although it's small, it didn't happen like in a myriad of weeks or even months for that matter. Just to write something like that, for me, it took me a long time to process. And plus all the things I was going to, because she was saying her life is not, flowing, and it's just not, life is not doing that. I was like, well, my life was going through a whole bunch of stuff. I could tell you, I don't know how I was able to write this book without the Lord's help, because I was going through a whole bunch of stuff. Not only was my ex-husband was being a whole tyrant, and DCFS was in my life, and being in transitional housing and dealing with my family and going through a whole cult at the same time. Like, it was a lot of things going on at the same time. And yet, and still I persevered. I got my piece stuck. I persevered through to write it and to do it. And I make no qualms about anything that I do, especially when I get on here. And you guys hear like I just got stuck on my P with persevere. Sometimes people want everything to be so perfect. They want everything to be so pristine. They want everything to be so wonderful. And when we wait for perfection, that shall never come. But when we wait for the idea of perfection, you wait and wait and wait and wait, and you sit and you wait while time goes on. And it's going by so quickly. But we wait like, okay, today I'll get to it. You don't. Okay, next week I'll get to it. You don't. Next month I'll get to it. You don't. Next year I'll get to it. And you still don't. Then next year rolls around. Same cycle. Year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. And on it goes until we stop that little cycle of saying, I'm gonna, instead of just saying, I will, I am, I'm doing it now, whatever that looks like. And when it's for authors, when it's for writers and for me, I'm kind of one of those people that she was speaking to, the things that I do. I was starting and stopping and starting and stopping, and not because I wanted to start and stop. My life was going like that. Only had to start and stop, but I still found some time, even if it was 5 minutes to write down a thought. I wrote it down and put it in my book. And even sometimes, like my book was made with different parts of it being created at different times. So, for those of you that have heard my story about talking about my book, the poems in my book were created outside of my book. They weren't created while I was making the book. I was sitting at Point Fermin when I was living in California, and I had a pen and I had paper, and I was sitting there, and I remember it like yesterday. I was sitting there. It was the cold, ice cold concrete table, and I was watching the ocean crash in and out to the rocks and watching all the ships and all those sailboats going by. It was a beautiful day, sunny, beautiful sun, beautiful blue sky. It was beautiful. And I was feeling this gentle breeze. And as I was sitting there, I just sat there and I thought about going through domestic violence, and I just thought about what was happening to me, what had happened to me. And I had just dropped my kids off from school. And I was trying to start walking and start losing the weight, and it was challenging for me at the time. It was really hard for me to focus on losing the weight because I just had so much going on, but I was trying. And so I would get up and try and walk, and I would walk. And then that day I sat down and I just sat there for a moment. And then I started writing. I started writing. And the first one that I wrote, and I will tell you guys about it because they all were written at the same time. It was funny. I had this little yellow pad of paper, one of those little small yellow pads of paper with line paper. I had that with me with my little pen, and I got to writing. And I thought, wow, I had three little pieces of paper. Well, probably a little more because one of mine was a little bit longer for what I was writing for the poem. And I put it in there and I wrote it. And the first poem that I wrote was I Survived, I Am Alive. The second one I wrote was The Abuser. And then the third one I wrote was A Wife's Pain. All three of those were created at the same spot, same time. And I was just sitting there as I was thinking, and I was still watching the ocean crash in and out on the waves as I sat there just thinking about, I survived. I am alive. You thought I would not go because I loved you so. Watching the waves crash in and out, I survived. I am alive. The sky was so blue. And then I was writing, truth be told, I always wanted to go. I survived. I am alive. Still sitting there, feeling the wind and feeling that sun and watching the waves still crash in and out and people walking back and forth behind me. And I'm writing this poem. You said I'm too ugly to find anybody else. The waves are still going. Still a beautiful day. The birds are chirping. It's still going on. I'm still yet creating. I survived. I am alive. And I'm thinking, I can't believe I survived. I am here because the Lord helped me to survive that. You said you loved me and found others to love as well. I survived. I am alive. Amazing to me that I was out of that situation, but still yet I was dealing with my family and they were a lot to deal with. I was going through transitional housing at this current time, still finding time to find myself the time to write. I never knew I could be, and I'm going to say it, raped by a person I trusted. You never think that would happen. The person that you think, your husband, your wife, right? My husband, I thought, ex-husband now, why would you do something like that? But it was done. not just once. I survived. I am alive. The Lord has allowed me to live. I'm here today to talk about it. It was something horrific I endured, but the Lord helped me to get out of it. You took me in an attempt to stop my life. During that time, I had put on a restraining order. Had taken it off the day after, but that incident, March 17, 2016, when I was being choked by my now ex-husband, that was strangulation. And he was really going to hurt me to the point of ending my life. And I knew at that point when he said to me, I'll go to jail for assault on me, to me, of my person. That doesn't sound like a good thing. And restraining orders can only do so much. They are but mere paper. Just know that. I survived. I am alive. Recall I'm still alive. God has kept me all these years. I was reflecting on how good God has been to me, how good he still is, was then and is now, and will be in the future. How good his love is for me, to me. He will continue to keep me. I trust in him. I love him dearly. Nothing that anybody could say could stop me from loving the Lord Jesus Christ, my Lord, my Savior, my God. Nothing. I am no longer afraid. There was a point when I used to be very scared, very fearful of the things my ex could potentially do. The eyes he said that were watching me, the fear that he inflicted on my mind, the things that he would say and do. I was afraid. I did have fear. But this poem helped me realize as I was writing it, I am no longer afraid because I survived. I survived. I am very alive. See, now, when I share this in this book, it's not to get people to feel sad. This book is for inspiration. This book is to show you in the darkest of night, in a place that is so horrible, God shines his marvelous bright light and says, I'm providing a way for you, a way of escape. And I will provide you the way. I will show you what to do. I will tell you what to do. I will show you how to move. And I will tell you, the word tells us obedience is better than sacrifice. If I had not obeyed what the Lord said, I may not be here today. It is a possibility. If I wanted to go against what the Lord was telling me at the time, I could see that perhaps I might not at this present time be here with you all talking about a book signing at all. So I want to encourage you, and I also want to encourage you to come out to the book signing, right? But I want to encourage you on today, wherever you find yourself, right? And sometimes it's finances that really hurt us the most for some. And for me, that's still a thing every now and again. But I'm thankful because, see, sometimes people don't understand. Weight, finances, and a whole bunch of things, housing, transportation, sometimes they're all together. They're all intertwined. And sometimes one thing is taken care of. So now the other things are still together. Like my housing is cool now. I'm good on that. Transportation is another window for me that's okay, taken care of. Weight is being taken care of. Finances is getting there. And the weight and finances are always intertwined for me. But I'm so grateful and thankful. I'm not who I used to be. And I'm not yet who I'm becoming. I'm still growing and I'm still thankful. God is amazing. So, in the event that you look at your life and you say, man, my life is just horrible right now, I want to encourage you. There is change that will come, but you have to continue to be prayerful. Pray and pray and pray and stay in your word and pray and stay in your word and pray and don't you stop praying and don't you stop reading your word and don't you stop fighting and don't stop fighting with the good fight of faith and trusting in God, because I'll tell you, on the other side of that circumstance, on the other side, God has got you in such a way you don't even understand what he's doing. You're not going to look the same. You're not going to talk the same. You're not going to walk the same. You're not going to be the same. There's a lesson and there is something for you to get out of going through that situation. There's something and a lot of somethings for me to grab out of my situation. But I'm thankful and I am grateful to the Lord. Some people try to exploit what you've gone through. Don't let it happen. Some people try to say, oh, well, because you went through that, you don't know anything. See, lived experience is very important, and it is one of the best teachers. Life experience is the best teacher. And I had an interview yesterday with a former social worker that I know from one of the organizations, and she was telling me the best clinicians in the field are those with lived experience because they understand. They've gone through some of those things and some of those resources that didn't kind of panned out, or some of the people that were just trying to do their job semi, but not really care, not have the passion, and understand those things that make us strong, those things we had to call on and pull on, are the same things you'll need in a different frame and time frame in your life. You're going to need to call on those things that you used to utilize. I'm not talking about the coping skills. I'm talking about your resiliency, your tenacity, your bravery, your courage, your endurance, your perseverance, your strength, your resilience, all the things. And if I said something twice, probably because you need double portion of it. But all the things that you have gone through up until this point, you're going to need to pull on. So I just wanted to sit and share with you. Yes, the book signing is coming, but I want to provide some encouragement as well. No matter where you are, and if you come back and watch this later, I'm still yet talking to you. You're like, but you're not talking to me. It's like Monday of next week. Who knows when you're going to catch this? But I, T Trick, am talking to you. And I want to encourage you on today that there are a lot of situations that we find ourselves in. And sometimes we have to stop the murmuring and complaining, pray and be in our word, and know that the Lord is going to work it out. And know when the Lord gives you a directive, you move when he says move. You don't try to analyze it, try to debate about it, like, well, Lord, I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know how it's going to work out. Just do as he's asking you to do. It'll be fine, but you got to trust him. And sometimes we don't trust the Lord. We act like the Lord doesn't know the outcome when he's the one that created us. He knows the outcome of all the different ways that when you don't listen to him, you're going to get that outcome. When you listen to him, you're going to get this one. You don't know the outcome, what's going to be, and it's neither positive nor negative, just depending upon what's happening and how you view it from your perspective. You just got to be obedient. The Lord calls us to obedience. So be obedient in what the Lord is having you to do. Listen as he sends people to confirm some things. You need to listen. Sometimes we don't listen. We do a lot more talking than we do listen. Listen to that small, still voice. Listen. Be still and know that I'm God. He will open the doors when it's ready. Whatever you're thinking about and praying for him to, in his time, it will be available to you, but not a second before and not a second after. So trust in his mighty word because he will see you through. Some people don't like to all the way trust because they think they got it. They think they won't hold on to it. That's not how faith works. That's not how it works. You have to trust him. So lean on him. Press into that word. Study your word. Get in that word so you can get an understanding. In all thy getting, get an understanding. You may not understand what the Lord is doing at the time, but trust and believe. The Lord knows what he's doing. He's not wondering, I wonder why I did that in your life. I wonder why that happened. God's not sitting and wondering, that doesn't really make too much sense why I did that to my own creation. Interesting. He's not doing all of those things, none of them at all. God is a God of intentionality. God knows what he's doing. You don't have to wonder. He knows exactly what he's doing. So if you find yourself wondering, well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, I bet if you just sit for a minute in the word and just be still in his word and in his presence, he will unfold what you're to do. It will come. But trying to force it to happen, because like, I want to do this. And I will say it, and I've said it again. Sometimes the path that we want for ourselves is not the path that the Lord wants. And I am a testament to it because it's happened a few times in my life, especially with careers. I said, this is the career I want. Lord, I got it planned out. And Lord's like, so no, you don't. I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. It's never too late to start a new dream. C.S. Lewis, I'm going to start this one. All right, Lord, I'm going to do this. No. Lord says, no, that's not it either. You could go there for a little bit. I'll let you taste it, let you do a little bit over there. But no, the Lord has already orchestrated our lives. You must be comfortable in knowing he's leading you. You must be comfortable in knowing that the word is a lamp unto your feet. Every step you're moving, the Lord is directing your path. He's not directing it 1 second out of what he wants you to do. He's not. A light unto the path of your trajectory where the Lord is having you to go. He's made a specific path for you. He's already purposed what he wants you to do. So when people say, what my purpose? What my purpose? Purpose. You've already been purposed for what the Lord would have you to do. Now you just got to get with the program and be still and follow him. Be still and follow him. Sometimes we get so bogged down with watching what's going on in the world and watching what other people are doing. And when we watch what other people are doing and the things in the world, we forget what we're on. What am I supposed to be doing? Because this person's doing that amazing thing over there, and oh my gosh, what about that? And then we look around, and guess what you end up doing? You end up comparing yourself to this person, that person, and the third. When all you need to do is focus on what God would have you to do and stay in your lane and be 100% laser focused on where God is placing you. That's all. It's very simple yet very challenging. And I get it because I have fallen for the comparison little thing of my own making myself. Trying to reach up to the Joneses, I don't even know who they are, but try to go to a place that it's not even necessary. But the Lord has already given me my own path. He's already given me a purpose. He already told me what to do. He's already told me. And in our word, when people want to know about the purpose, Matthew already told you what you're supposed to do. It's Great Commission. Go out into all the world and share about Lord Jesus Christ, period. Great Commission and done. Now, how you do that, how you put it out there, how you minister it, how you share it, how you provide it, how you disseminate it, that is all up to you. God gives you liberty and freedom in how you do it. But you still have to do it. It is a command to go out and share the gospel, the good news to all those. Whether you do it by personal testimony, whether you do it by Romans Road, whether you do it by the 10 Commandments or Ray Comfort Way, there are ways that you can give out the gospel. But for anyone who doesn't know that's your first purpose and then you got to stay on mission is to share the gospel of good news. That is our first purpose. First purpose. So if you don't know that, get on mission. Get on mission, get purpose, get focus, and remember what he told you. Don't get sidetracked with all the sidebar things. Well, what about this? And what about that? And then what about these things here? Those secondary things and those secondary issues don't matter as much as knowing we need to get souls saved into the body of Christ. And of course, ultimately, will be within inherited with the kingdom, right? They'll be in the kingdom. So we got to be on kingdom business, fam. We got to be about what Jesus says. I'm about my father's business. I want to be about my father's business too, because I am on that. I'm on that mission, and nobody's going to deter me for that. So those that say, no thanks, well, no thanks either, because I am going to keep doing what I'm going to do. So no thanks to you either. I'm going to keep doing my mission. Nobody's going to thwart that. Nobody's going to stop that. I will not allow my mouth to be closed. I will not allow myself to be silenced like I used to be for so many years. My mouth was silenced. I was, shh, don't say that. Shh, don't tell it. No, enough about the shush, shush, shushity shush. We're shush now. We're not shushing up no more. Our mouth is big and wide open, and we're saying all the things, right? And I'm not shushing about domestic violence because domestic violence grows in silence. I was shushing for so many years, and it didn't do anything but almost get my life removed out of here before even the Lord took me out of here. Can you believe it? The Lord's going to call us all home at a certain time, but I could have prematurely gone because somebody else didn't want me to do whatever it was. And domestic violence doesn't really care what your mission is. It doesn't care what you want to do. It doesn't care your aspirations, your dreams. It doesn't care if you love Jesus not. It wants to harm you to the point of ending you. And you know who that sounds like? The enemy, who prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking who he can destroy. He's seeking to kill and steal and destroy. And that's exactly what domestic violence does. It will seek you out. It will destroy you. And if it can, it will eliminate you. We got to speak up. And although I am excited about the book signing, what I'm sharing and the encouragement, inspiration of it, domestic violence is an ugly thing. And remember, it doesn't care who you are. It will be verbally abusive. It will be spiritually abusive, mentally abusive, psychologically abusive. It will be digitally abusive. It will do whatever it wants to do, however it wants to. And we have to start speaking up and speaking out. So I hope that you will come out to the book signing. I'm going to say again, from 10 to 2 at the Barnes & Noble in Peoria, Arizona. And I look forward to seeing you. And I'm hoping you'll be there, as well as the Super Mom that's coming out right after that day. I'll probably be back to showcase about that. But if you don't remember the Super Mom, I will put that on social media as well. So I will showcase that really. No, I'm not going to. All right. Well, sorry about that, you guys. I was trying to find it, but I couldn't find it. So let me not do that again. I got lost out in the cyber bushes. I got lost in cyber bushes where the digital cybers and digital stalkers are. I don't want to be out there with cyber stalkers and cyber watchers. I don't want to be lost in digital bushes. I was lost for a minute, you guys. I couldn't find my way back. Oh, it's such a good time. You know, Lord is so good. I am not the same person. I'm going to tell you guys right now, I am not the same person I was some years ago, from 2016 to 2025. Right now, I am a totally different woman and so grateful and thankful for the friends I have now. I love Pastor Jay, something fierce. That is my buddy. That is my friend. I love all my friends that I have, my new friends, my ladies that I go out with. Man, the Lord has provided me such amazing people. And I love my friends dearly. And I just love the life the Lord has provided me, even the hardships and the challenges and all the things I don't even know how they're going to turn out, like the Superstar Youth Business Fair. I don't know how that's going to turn out, but I'm going out in faith. I'm just going to do it anyway. Whether there's two people there, one people, I'm going to do it. And I'm like, okay, Lord, you know? So I can't just walk around being scared of my shadow. Like, I can't do this, I can't do that. Well, I haven't even tried. How do I even know? Right. So that's one of those things that for me, when I was going through domestic violence, it took a long time to grab a hold of, well, I can do this. I can do it if I want to do it. I could do X if I want to do it. I can say this if I want to. There's nothing and nobody that stops me and prevents me from doing anything. The only thing that prevents me is me. So if there's something you want to do, can I encourage you to do it? Just do it, like Nike says. Just do it. Don't get distracted and don't feel bad about it. Just do it. So I just wanted to say that to you guys today. I hope you're gonna have an amazing day. I was supposed to go walking today. I did my walk and everything yesterday, but I have all these appointments today. So I've been on a training this morning. I was doing a meeting a few minutes ago. I have another one in a little bit, about an hour and change. And then I have another interview later on tonight. So it's a little busy today. For me, it's been a little bit busy. I guess this week is going to be a busy week. And then next week is going to be a super busy week too. So it's going to be April's going to be getting really busy for me and Jazzy too, because I got a jazz event to go to, a few of them this month. So I'm just so excited and just thankful. And one of the things I'm thankful for is the blessing of being single at this moment. Now, I know before I get off of here, so like, oh, being single is so sucky. Well, actually, as I read in the Bible, Paul say, I wish more people could be as I am. And for me, the things that I'm doing right now, it would probably not be a good idea to be in a relationship and have a husband specifically because he needs my attention. And right now, I'm giving attention to other people and other things. So I realize that, and I realize that the capacity I have would probably not be to really have a relationship right now. Not that I don't want one, but right now, all the things that the Lord has me doing right now, it's kind of taking up a lot of my time. So I really need to be focused on that. So I'm giving a lot of my time to the Lord, which is amazing. So I got BSF, I got Bible study, I got women that I've shepherded that I need to be available to them. And I have people at my church I need to be available to. And I have the community I need to avail myself to. So those are kind of my hands right now. And any other nonprofits that I got going on, which is part of the community arm. So anything in community, I have my hand in BSF, church, and community. My three hands of those kind of things of me are kind of being utilized at this time. So I don't complain about it. I just know I'm a busy lady. So even though I'm not working, I'm working and I'm doing all the things. So I just wanted to share. And then I'm bringing in some planning advocacies that I haven't been doing. I'm picking up the HIV advocacy again, which will be another part of me. And that's coming back on board. I just started the cohort for that, for the CHW program. So that's the CHAMPS program. So I'm doing some other things and other work. So you guys just thought domestic violence was advocacy, the only one. It's not. And plus I have, being a parent leader for Raising Special Kids, which thinking about that, I have to reach out to a mom. So I'm still volunteering all over different places in different ways. And I'm still doing all the things. So as a parent leader for Raising Special Kids, I do that as well. So we get out of here. I hope you guys have a blessed, blessed day. A big kiss from you. I love you with the love of Lord Jesus Christ. And remember what I always, always say, please remember to be blessed, motivated, and always inspired to do what the Lord lays on your heart, what he lays there. And don't forget to get your audiobook. And if you just want to wait to get your bookmark where you can get your QR code so you can get your audiobook, that's fine too. I'll get you a bookmark so you can access the audiobook. You can get it right there. So I look forward to seeing you guys. Remember, at the bottom of the screen is where it's going to be April 6th from 10 to 2 at the Barnes & Noble in the Arrowhead Psalm 7401 West Bell Road, Peoria, Arizona, 85382. I hope you come out. I want to see you. I would like to see you, and I hope you're there. So come on and grab a book for whatever little bit I have. And then, of course, I'll have some more book signings because I have to get some more together before the major big one comes in October. But I look forward to see you guys there. You guys have an amazing day. Take care. Stay safe. Be blessed. And thanks for tuning in. Bless your heart.